Hello and welcome. You've tuned into Business Lunch. I'm Nisha Podar, and with me as always is my co-anchor Pavitra Parekh. So Pavitra, a dull day of trade today. In fact, if you really take a look at Nifty 50, not just has it given up comfortably on that 18,000 psychological level, but it is also at the low point of the day, about 1% cut on Nifty 50. As far as Sensex is concerned, well, it's 600 points in the trading session at the moment, and Bank Nifty is also in line with the key indices. In fact, the financials, remember, Bank Nifty hit a record level yesterday, and today it is showing a cut of 1%. Axis Bank, SBI, and some of the others are really taking it down. When it comes to the mid-cap and the broader universe, there's no relief there. In fact, that is the one pocket which is underperforming the overall key indices as well, almost 1.4% down in trade at the moment. So advanced decline ratio is not a surprise. It's on the weaker side, with broader markets also underperforming the key indices. Some of the auto names like Tata Motors, M&M are some of the key draggers in trade today, but other big boys and heavyweights like Reliance Industries also having a very pressured session in trade. So all around, there is some pressure today as we speak on the trade. Pavitra.
Oh, absolutely. There's some pressure. But Nisha, how come you haven't mentioned the match? It's just starting. So,
don't take away my ending lines, because by then the toss would have happened.
It's happened. They're telling me in my ear, it's happened. England won the toss. India is going to be batting first.
All right, so good luck to Men in Blue.
We should just finish the show and run up, right?
Yes, that's the agenda for Pavitra and myself today.
So that is happening on the cricket front and very exciting. So we're going to be tuning into that match as well. For the markets, you know, we're 100 points down even from the opening levels, right? So that is, we have seen some weakness definitely creep in. What is perhaps, you can take some light from is that this is still better than what we saw in a lot of the global markets. So the US markets were down between 2–2.5%. In that context, our markets are holding up better. It is the auto space which is taking a bulk of the beating today. So some of those stocks will be up on your screen. The PSU banks also for today, they're not faring well. But of course, nothing to take away from the fact that we've seen a sharp rally in this. The big CPI data will be out this evening, so do watch out for that. That is going to be important to track. The crude prices and, of course, all of the action that is playing out in the crypto markets. But let's start off the show with some key earnings. Tata Motors, the top loser on the Nifty. This after reporting a weak set of second quarter numbers. Sonia is here with more details. Sonia.
Well, to start off with, I have Motilal Oswal, which has said that JLR's numbers are an all-round miss, and they've cut their EPS estimates for FY23 to a loss from a profit earlier on. They still have a buy on the stock, though, with a target price of 500 rupees. Followed by which there's HDFC Securities that has maintained a reduce with a target price of 415 rupees. Now, the main concern, according to them, is the rise that we've seen in Tata Motors' debt. The debt has risen to almost 60,000 crores, and that is a big concern. And it will be challenging for the management now to meet their net debt-free target by FY24. Let's move on to Phillip Capital. That is a bit more optimistic. They say that all of these global risks are transient in nature, and the stock offers a great risk-reward perspective at current levels. They maintain a buy with a target price of 530. JP Morgan has a neutral on the stock with the target price cut to 410 from 450 earlier. They've also cut the FY22 to 25 EBITDA by 3 to 9%. They say the India business has disappointed in this quarter, and the management has cut the guidance for volumes and free cash flow for the second half of the year. CLSA has an outperform. They've raised their target price to 491 rupees. JLR performs better than the India business in the second quarter, they say. So all round, if you'd have to see, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Most brokerages are disappointed with the fact that the JLR business is on the weaker side, but also the fact that debt has been rising and the company has cut their guidance. Back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Sonia, for getting us all those details. No let up in sight for this big boy from the auto sector, Tata Motors. And remember, debt will be a bad word in an interest rate hardening scenario. So the market is punishing on earnings as well as a debt front as well. Now, Lupin, that posted an inline set of Q2 earnings, and the pharma major saw recovery in the margin and the US sales for the company. Earlier, we caught up with the top management of the company and discussed their quarter gone by. Listen into what they had to say about the future trajectory as well as the performance going forward.
Q1 results were impacted by some stock corrections that we took. And that being done, you'd expect some normalcy to creep in insofar as sales are concerned in America. That was undoing insofar as the first quarter is concerned. Going forward, we think things will only pick up. We have a tight leash on costs, as is evident from the numbers itself. When it comes to, in fact, the SG&A spends, or for that matter, the workforce planning as it reflects in our manpower costs and the like, and the newer products, as and when it is brought into the market, that would also impact the overall results. So things are looking better. We had guided for the second quarter being better than the first quarter, the third quarter being better than the second quarter, and so on. So successive quarters would certainly look much better.
Business bounced back on, due to also the correction that we had taken in Q1. So there was that impact, but strong growth across both the baseline business as well as the respiratory franchise, in particular albuterol. So albuterol, we continued to grow our volumes. Combination of both albuterol as well as the baseline products helped grow the business. We also had a couple of new product launches. We had Suprep out of Somerset and a couple of other smaller products with the Goa clearance earlier this year.
All right, that was the management of Lupin. It was an in-line showing this quarter, but they do expect things to pick up going forward. With that,